the angel Ron Conway and your very own Mayor Ed Lee.
Thank you, Harris. Good evening. Wow, there's so many people here, and you're all from the tech world. How did you get so many people, all of you here all at the same time? I mean, aren't you all supposed to be working? When I looked at that, I said, oh, I realize it's 7:30, it's your lunch hour. Well, thank you everybody for holding TechCrunch Awards here in San Francisco again. Very appreciated, and I really have a great sense of thanks for our hosts, TechCrunch, GigOn, and VentureBeat. Thank you very much for hosting this. It's great to be here at the Academy Awards for Technology, as they've been called. And I know you might be a little disappointed because usually the first two hosts you see is, a white-haired guy, and then it's supposed to be the long-legged, short dress, deep cleavage. He's got a mustache, short guy. Anyway, I know that we have some pretty awesome big celebrities tonight and stars in our city's technology community here tonight, and that's very exciting. I'm excited also to see so many of our San Francisco's companies nominated for so many categories, including companies like Instagram and Square, Dropbox, Airbnb. And folks, even individuals like Ali Pincus and even Ron Conway is nominated tonight. So thank you again, and I hope to attend these Crunchies for many more years to come right here in San Francisco because I ran for mayor and I ran on a 17-point economic plan with support from the thriving technology as centerpiece of our strategy. Attracting and retaining technology companies, jobs, reforming the payroll tax, creating new economic apprenticeship programs for mid-career and new employees, opening up our city government to innovation and partnerships for efficiencies and civic startups. And I want to thank the tech community, all of you. I want to thank you, especially Ron Conway and folks like Mark Benioff and Mark Hingus for strongly supporting our economic agenda and for stepping up as the next generation of San Francisco business leaders that are engaged and invested in making the city a better place. With your leadership, all of you, whether all of you in this room, whether you're a big company or a new startup, to those that are funding, to incubating and accelerating the new next big idea, as I said in my inaugural, we are making San Francisco the innovation capital of the world. That's what we're doing. And that's why I was glad to stand with so many of you and members of our Board of Supervisors a couple of weeks ago to launch the very first phase, SFC. It's an unprecedented new partnership between our technology community and our city. And together with the leadership of Ron and so many of you in this room, San Francisco became the very first city in the nation just 2 weeks ago to take a stand against SOPA and pipeline and call on Congress. And we together called on Congress to fight online piracy and protect intellectual property, but not to do that at the expense of innovation and the very basic architecture of the internet that is changing the world and driving our nation and our city's economic poverty. There's a better way to do that. And now we're taking the next step. In this big, bold new partnership in San Francisco with our being the innovation capital of the world, we're working through and with the SFC and the companies like Salesforce and Zynga and many others to match job seekers in San Francisco with the jobs that your companies are creating through hiresf.org. It's our website. And I want to make sure that I thank you all, because some of you have already started posting all your new jobs there and using the hiresf.org website for your hirings. We want you to encourage you to do that, because this city's own job matching system, with companies that have access to the pool of talent and eager to contribute your work, we have that. And we want you to make sure that you can access that whole work pool for your company's growth. So all of you who've already registered, I thank you for that. I thank you for being here tonight. And let's celebrate. This is the Academy Awards of Technology. Welcome to San Francisco.
Welcome to San Francisco, the innovation capital of the world. 2 weeks ago, we launched SF City to formalize Tech's partnership with the city of San Francisco. I'm going to talk just for a minute about that now. SF City already has 100 member companies, and that represents over 90% of the tech population of San Francisco. Raise your hand if your company is a member of SF City. Okay, we have 2 tables in the back. Everyone else needs to sign up. Tech in San Francisco has grown in the SB Angel portfolio in the last 3 years from 25% of our portfolio in the Bay Area to 50% in the Bay Area. So tech companies definitely are migrating to the cities. Let's all remember that Ed Lee proved that he was and is our tech-friendly mayor by keeping Twitter in San Francisco and abolishing the private company stock option tax, and the first mayor to oppose SOPA. The tech community, and he did it at the Council of Mayors meeting in Washington, D.C. with every other major mayor in the country, and Ed was leading the way. We thanked Ed Lee for what he did for us last year by rallying the tech community around and getting Ed Lee elected. We did it through a very unique mechanism called the Virtual Precinct Project, using social media. And then we rolled out a viral video with MC Hammer and Brian Wilson. I know MC Hammer's here somewhere. And we put our technology to work to elect Ed Lee. But that's why after Ed Lee was elected, we formed SF City. Before now, any tech company who had a problem in San Francisco had to go into the bureaucratic system by themselves. With SF City, we have a representative group that could solve tech problems cooperatively with the city. We're going to promote the tech agenda, which right now revolves around jobs. As Ed said, we're hoping every SF company goes to the hiresf.org website and post your open jobs. And then we have another virtual project, which is basically a virtual job board in the form of sfhire.org. So it's basically a virtual job fair. The biggest solution to the problems in San Francisco can be solved by jobs. And our next endeavor after the hiresf.org project, we're going to be talking to the HR managers and all of our member companies, find out what the demand is for jobs, and then try and start organic programs to train people for the jobs that we know the tech community needs. SF City will conduct a road show to all of our member companies. We'll bring Jay Nath, the Chief Innovation Officer of San Francisco. No other city in America has a Chief Innovation Officer. We'll talk about our agenda and how the tech community can help. We're also going to bring the local Board of Supervisors member with us on that road show. So bottom line, we need every company in San Francisco to sign up for SF City. Please get out your phones and write yourself a note. Go to join at SF City, that's C-I-T-I. Join at sfcity.com and sign up. Just tell us your name, company, and your email address. With this, we're going to maintain SF's image and our commitment to be the innovation capital of the world. Thank you.